one of the things in deconstructing and decentering um, hustle culture and the rat race from my life, and while actively living in it, it's crazy, ain't it? um is the thoughts and beliefs that I had about rest previously to me now choosing to rest, right? Like, society has been telling us from early age that we don't deserve rest. We will rest when we should have the mindset to, I'll rest when I die. And that if you're leaning, if you got time to lean, you got time to clean. That's something that I was told, and I even said and believed while I was in the culinary industry. Sneeze. Hold on. I'm under the weather right now, so I'm still recovering, which is the reason why I'm having these discussions and these reflections right now. Like, being told that if we are not productive, if we're not moving, there's always something we could be doing. And if we're not doing that, then we are lazy, we are unproductive, we are not contributing to society. Like, we are um, hindering progression if we're not pushing out and pushing forth in our momentum, keeping that momentum, right? Um, or even like taking scientific law, but then trying to apply it to capitalism. A body in motion stays in motion. So it's like we've been taught to stay in motion, to keep going, and be okay with only having 2 days off out of the week, you know, and constantly working, and the 40-hour work week, which really is more than 40 hours. You're only just getting paid for 40 hours, but it's really a 60-hour work week, and maybe even more depending on what profession you're in. But you're getting paid 40 hours each week, regardless of how much work you actually do. um, and that's just something that for me, I'm choosing to deconstruct, because now I'm in a place where I get to manage, I get to decide my time, I get to decide my what my schedule look like, and the amount of not focus, but like the amount of effort and I put into every single day of my working life, right? And I get to also decide when I rest, how much I rest, right? And what my rest looks like when I'm resting. And that's something that when you are working for someone else, you don't get to decide all that. Those decisions are limited to the schedule they decide for you. It's limited to the amount of money you need to make and the amount of hours you need to make in order to make that certain amount of money. It's limited to what helps meet the goals that the company has and not what you have, right? And so even to the point of like taking a sick day, if I was at work and was working for someone else right now instead of what I'm doing, right? I wouldn't have been able to take this whole week off. I've been sick since Sunday. It's Thursday. I wouldn't have been able to take the whole week off, right? I would have been coming in. I might have taken maybe Monday, Tuesday would be pushing it. I would be still going to work sick. And I did that for the last 4 years. And look where it got my body. It got my body to a point of being burnt out, to the point I'm like, I can't do this no more, right? I have to choose a different route. Because if I allow myself to stay on this path, I will be in my 50s and 60s suffering even more. And so that's something that is like I've just been processing, of like the freedom you have in that autonomy to choose what you do with your day to day as an entrepreneur, and the fact that I don't have to be my most productive self right now when I'm at my lowest and my sickest. Actually, I need to be most restful. I need to make sure I'm giving myself the most time I need to rest, so that I can be back to best sooner than later, right? But the work culture, capitalism, tells us we just got to push through. It don't matter. Our health doesn't come second. It comes backseat to the company's goals and agendas, right? And so it's like, no, I'm flipping that. I'm decentering work as an indicator of my productivity, right? I'm decentering the money and amount of money I accrue as the litmus test of my effectiveness or my excellence. I am decentering that because I am not my best self if I'm sick. I am not my best self if I am restless. I am not my best self if I am anxious. I'm not my best self if I am stressed out. Me having a fibromyalgia flare up puts me out, knocks me out. How can I say I'm at my best when I feel that I can't even move, I can't even do and function at the rate of just baseline? I have to, and we have to get to the point of shifting that. If our society tells us that we need to hustle, 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 and grind, 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 have that grit, and we need to be work engines and workhorses and all this and that, for whose gain? Because it ain't for my gain. No, I want it. If I'm going to work, I want it to be for my gain. And if I'm sick and my body needs to heal, what would be for my gain is to rest, is to give my body the time and space and the opportunity to regenerate itself, so that when I'm back to best, I can then bring the best out of me, right? I'm not trying to force the best out of me when I'm at my sickest, when I'm at my lowest, and I'm at my most vulnerable. We get so conditioned to being stuck in our most vulnerable and stay in that vulnerability, and it's sick. That's sick. It truly is sick. Just think about like the fact of like how they get milk. And I said I wasn't gonna go past 10 minutes, so I'm at 8 minutes. I'm about to try to wrap this up quick. In order for dairy farms to continually pump out and produce milk, they have to keep the cows in a state of needing to nurse, and that keep that hormone going within the cow to make them think that they are pregnant, or they have to stay pregnant, have to be nursing a baby, so that we can get, so not we, because I ain't been drinking milk for decades now, so that they can produce the amount of milk needed to fuel everybody who are milk drinkers and users. That's sick. They're literally keeping cows in a state of sickness, in a state of their most vulnerable, so that we can get something out of them that our bodies truly don't even need, because their calf is no longer even in need of that milk. It's really sick. So now in my mind, society tells me to do something, I know that I'm meant to do the opposite. Society tells me to rest when I die, wait till I can rest when I die. That tells me I know I'm meant to rest now. I know I'm meant to rest now, not later. If society tells me to run on that hamster wheel to nowhere, I know I'm meant to get off. If society tells me that I'm meant to work hours beyond the amount that I'm being paid for to be considered high productive and achiever and able to be promoted, able to be considered excellent, then I know I ain't meant to be that excellent. I'm not meant to be the version of excellence that they claim is excellent. I'm meant to carve out my own excellence. And I refuse to let anybody force me to believe that at my worst, I am best for them, because I'm not best for me. If it was best for me to be at my worst, then what is the point of me being at my best and at my most healthiest? Who profits off of us being most vulnerable and most compromised. Because it definitely isn't us. So I'm at a place in my life, I'm ending it now, that I'm moving in opposite of what the capitalistic regime and society and systems tell us. I'm moving in what is alignment to my body. And me aligning to my body will help me continue to stay in alignment with my spirit and help me continually stay in alignment to my mind and my heart. Because this body is a temple. And I'm meant to honor it, cherish it, protect it, care for it. And so that's what I'm here to do.